Hey everyone, it's Zach back with a new mortgage video. If this is your first time seeing one of my videos, welcome to my channel where I'll try to demystify all things mortgage related. If you find this content helpful, please like and subscribe. So I wanted to make a quick follow-up video to my last one explaining the debt ceiling agreement between Joe Biden and Kevin McCarthy, what still needs to happen, and what that all means for rates. So yesterday, Sunday the 28th, President Biden and Speaker of the House McCarthy came to an agreement which would suspend the debt limit for 2 years while also curbing government spending during that time. It'll cut spending on domestic priorities generally favored by Democrats and will boost military spending by about 3%. It'll also extend limits on food assistance to some beneficiaries to require them to have jobs. So if this bill has passed, so there's an agreement, but the bill has not passed yet, it's very likely to help mortgage rates. And in the long run, I would say the lowering of the future spending should help somewhat. Definitely would help more than if we had just raised the debt ceiling with nothing else, but we're still relying on an increase in production to lower the overall debt in the country. So it's not as beneficial, I think, as it could have been potentially. Now, in the short term, we still need the bill to pass, and that'll probably take a few days, and it may even push into next week, the first full week of June. But once the bill is passed, which I would expect it will be passed, that should lead to a huge issuance of new Treasury bills, which will drive down the cost of those Treasury bills. And there, as I've mentioned in the last video, there's a direct correlation between mortgage rates and Treasury prices. So that should drive mortgage rates down initially. This whole debt ceiling standoff has been kind of a temporary distraction to the real driving factor behind mortgage rates in the long term, which is inflation. And while we've now, or at least it looks like as of now, we've come to a resolution on the debt ceiling, we also last Friday got a higher than expected PCE report, which is the Federal Reserve's preferred metric for inflation. It usually comes in similarly to the CPI report. That's why CPI tends to move the rates more than PCE. But in this case, PCE came in a lot hotter, a lot higher than expected than CPI. And so now the likelihood of another 1/4 point rate hike in next month's Fed meeting is over 50%, whereas not too long ago it was almost no chance of another rate hike. So while mortgage rates, I'm sure, will go down initially once the bill gets officially passed, until there's real data showing that inflation is cooling down or the economy is slowing down, I would expect the gains that we will get to be temporary. So this will be something that I'm going to keep monitoring. I'll probably make another video once the bill is officially passed. But thanks for tuning in on to this one, and I'll see you next time.